All right, chef, tell us about your dish.
Today, I made a pumpkin risotto with a Greek watermelon salad.
You look like you had some trouble with this basket.
Yeah, my licorice vinaigrette kept falling apart on me. I didn't have a lot of time for plating, so I panicked and dumped a whole carton of vegetable stock on top of everything.
I guess the first thing I want to know is, why did you do that?
Cooking in the chopped kitchen is a very high-pressure situation. Dousing my food in vegetable stock seemed like a good idea at the time. I guess I should have known better, because I do dumb shit like this whenever I'm stressing and messing. But I tried my best and I don't have any regrets.
I see. I have to say, it really watered down the salad.
Yeah, the stock is super wet.
My pumpkin risotto is very cold. Is that on purpose?
Well, the stock is cold, and I decided to dump the stock on everything. So yes.
I have to say, I've seen a lot of strange stuff on Chopped, but dumping a whole carton of vegetable stock on top of your dish at the last minute, that takes the cake.
Yeah, it's really something only I would do.
Remember, you can try to stand out, but you have to stay in the competition. That being said, I loved it.
Wow! Really?
I thought the vegetable stock made the dish.
Me too. You get this wonderful burst of bland, unseasoned liquid. It contrasts wonderfully with the food that actually has flavor.
Same here. I honestly did not expect to like this, but I can't stop eating it.
Thank you and God bless you, chefs.
Okay, moving on to our next contestant. What did you prepare for us today?
I made chicken and olive tagine with a pumpkin mole sauce.
Kind of an unusual combination.
This is Chopped. Gotta go big, right?
You went big, all right. You better hope that you're not going home.
Speaking of going big, tell me about this big old pool of vegetable stock on the plate.
Cooking in the Chopped kitchen is a very high pressure situation. I saw that other guy pour an entire carton of vegetable stock on his food, and I was like, oh fuck, was that a basket ingredient? So I dumped a couple of cartons of vegetable stock on my plate too. But I did my best and I have no regrets.
You played it safe, but there's a fine line between safe and boring. And this is definitely not boring. The tagine is already nice and moist, and adding the half-gallon of vegetable stock just makes it absolutely soaking wet.
I agree. Perfect consistency. Super soggy. It just wilts in your mouth.
I'm sorry. I need to address the elephant in the room. This isn't really a mole sauce. When you say mole, that's a promise.
Yes, chef.
But really great job. Just a real wet plate of food.
And now on to our last contestant. Ooh, what do we have here?
I made a pumpkin and cauliflower gnocchi. This is a take on my grandmother's recipe, and I'm proud to cook it in her honor.
She sounds like an incredible woman. What's not so incredible is that my plate doesn't have any gnocchi.
They're right there, chef. Those little black things floating around in all that vegetable stock.
These are olives.
That's how my grandma taught me to make gnocchi, chef.
She told you that gnocchi is a bunch of olives swimming in a bath of ice-cold vegetable stock?
Yes, chef. I'm extremely proud of my Italian heritage. That's me on a plate right there.
I can't help but be a little disappointed that we got 3 dishes that were absolutely drenched in vegetable stock. Where's the originality?
Cooking in the Chopped kitchen is a very high-pressure situation. I came in here with a game plan. To dump a carton of vegetable stock and a jar of olives onto a plate and call it gnocchi. So when I saw the other chefs pouring vegetable stock all over their food, I didn't flinch. I stuck to my guns. Has that gotten me in trouble before? Sure. I can't tell you how many times I've driven straight into a lake. But I did my best and I have absolutely no regrets.
Well, I have one regret about this dish. There's not more of it.
That's a huge compliment, chef.
You cooked with love, and it really shows. This is a phenomenal dish. You get a bite of that gnocchi, and it's so bitter because it's really just an olive. But then that vegetable stock is right there to kind of wash it all away until your mouth tastes like cardboard.
I agree. This is the best bite of food I've had all day. And that's saying something because we got a lot of really good uncooked vegetable stock here today.
Your grandmother would be proud. I know she's looking down on you and smiling.
She's not dead, chef.
Okay.
If I have one critique, I would have liked to see you transform the olives. Maybe cut them up and soak them in vegetable stock, then add them to the rest of the vegetable stock.
I would have loved that. More of that good vegetable stock.
Well, judges, these contestants have given you lots of wet food. But now it's time to decide who is moving on and who is chopped.
Actually, we would just like to end the show so we can slurp down on some vegetable stock.
As long as it's okay with the high school kids. And yes, they're giving me a thumbs up. We'll see you next time here on Chopped.